Well, this is the all-new Hyundai Venue. Hyundai basically wants to reinvent the word entry level with this car. And why am I saying that? Well, simply because this car comes at an entry price point of 6.5 lakh rupees ex-showroom. And yes, it is unbelievable because this car looks good on the outside. It comes loaded with a host of kit. Even the entry level car comes with airbags, rear sensors, as well as a host of other features. So it really is a very well kitted car. But the big question is that has Hyundai managed to hit its ultimate goal, which of course is to beat its rivals like the EcoSport, the Nexon, the Brezza, as well as the XUV 300. We'll answer that for you by the end of this video review. But before that, let me just request you please follow me on Instagram. My handle is Ashish Masih 1. You can also follow a team at Autoportal_India. Thanks for watching. Well, so as soon as you enter the cabin of the new Venue, you'll be really wowed with the cabin quality. It's fantastic in terms of all the materials, even the switches, everything is really fantastic. And you'll also like the fact that this car's base version comes very well equipped. You get a couple of airbags, you get ABS, you get rear parking sensors, and you also get air conditioning as well as the power steering unit over here. Of course, if you decide to buy the top end version, you get all the bells and whistles, including the sunroof, as well as wireless charging for your mobile phone. But of course, if you have an old and outdated iPhone 7 like me, then it's quite useless because this phone doesn't charge without a wire. But of course, if you don't want to use an iPhone, you can always buy a much better Android at the same price. And of course, the highlight of this car is the fact that this car comes with this 8-inch touchscreen, and the top-end version also gets the BlueLink app. Yes, the BlueLink app is the one which Hyundai is talking about. It's a connected app, and it's really a very good app. It's a fancy app. It's not just a gimmick. You can actually download that app on your mobile phone, and you can start this car from the outside. You can lock it and unlock it from the outside, and you can also turn on the AC from the outside, which is very nifty. And you can also know when somebody is trying to play around with your car. If some thief comes around and wants to get inside the car, you can immobilize it by pressing a button over here or pressing a button on the app. And you can also, God forbid, in case you are in an accident, then this car will send out an SOS signal to the latest or the nearest ambulance services, and they will come for help. So it really is a very thoughtful app. It's a very well planned app, and I think it's a key highlight of this car and should really make the millennials go ahead and buy this car because it really is a connected car. Hyundai is offering you an embedded chip inside this car, so you can't take it out. There's a host of other features as well which you get with that app, and really it is the talking point on the car. You also get 6 airbags on the top end version, which is a highlight in terms of the safety. And of course, the seats in themselves are very good in terms of the comfort. I think that these seats are as good as the Creta seats. The support for the lower back is very good, and you also get excellent support for your under thighs. So overall, what I'm essentially trying to say is that in terms of the features, the BlueLink app, as well as the comfort, this is a great car to be in. And if you're going to spend about 11 or 12 lakh rupees on the top end version, then you will really feel like you've spent the money at the right car, because it really does make you feel nice about yourself and has that essential feel good factor that Hyundai is unknown for. Now let's jump inside the back seat and find out if it is as impressive as the ones in the front. Well, so the back seat of the Venue is pretty decent in terms of headroom. Even if you're about 6'1" or 6'2", you should be quite okay. In terms of knee room, it's a decent place. It could have been better, but it's not that bad. It's quite okay. And well, you also get your own AC vents and nice and large windows. And that's all I have to say about that, because the seats are quite okay and comfortable, and you get decent support as well. Now let's see if the boot of this car is impressive for my mother-in-law's luggage to go back home in. Well, so the Venue does impress in terms of boot space. For a compact car, it is pretty spacious. It's about 350 litres, which is pretty good. And remember, the Creta is about 400 litres. So compared to the Creta, it isn't bad at all. The only thing is that there's a huge sill over here, so you'll have to lift stuff over it. But apart from that, it really is a huge boot on the Venue, perfect for the airport transfers if your mother-in-law comes to stay with you for a week. Well, so you get 3 engine options with the Hyundai Venue. You get a 1.2 litre petrol as well as 1.4 diesel from the i20, but you also get a new 1 litre turbocharged engine with a 7-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox. And if you call yourself a keen driver, then this is the option to go for, because the gear shifts are quick, they're slick, and they're really effortless, and it is a quick weighted gearbox as well. And not only that, even if you call yourself a keen driver, you can choose any engine option on this car, and this car is a nice car to drive. It's a very, very engaging car to drive, and that's because the steering wheel on this car is nice and crisp. It's a very communicative steering wheel. It's a very accurate steering wheel, and the suspension also has been stiffened up nicely by Hyundai. So if you do take it out on the highway, this car will feel a whole lot more stable than your last girlfriend did, and you'll simply enjoy the drive on the Venue when you're out on the highway, and you won't come out of this car tired or feeling bored, because you'll really be enjoying the drive, and the seats also offer good comfort, so they enhance the overall driving experience. Well, the suspension setup on the Venue is slightly on the firmer side, but that's a good thing for people who drive on the highway, and also for people who take this car up the hills, because like me, I'm really enjoying the drive up the hills, because the steering wheel, as I just said, is very accurate, but also because the grip from the tires is very good, and there's hardly any body roll, so to speak of. The engines also, all three of them, are very good in terms of refinement. Even when you're revving them hard, they are very good, and a special mention has to be made about this 1-litre engine that we've been driving around, because it's a quiet engine, it's a refined engine, it's a very good engine in terms of responsiveness, and the gearbox also is very good. Now, a lot of people have asked in our comments on Twitter and on other videos that how is it compared to the EcoSport or even the 1.2 TSI on the Polo TSI. To be honest, those are different engines. This one is of a different breed, but when you consider at what price and what segment this car sells, this engine is very good and very strong in terms of power delivery. Remember, it's the most powerful engine at this price point and in this segment with the petrol. It's 120 bhp, this 1-litre engine, and that's what makes it really stand apart from all its other rivals. So overall, in terms of the driving department, I'd give the Venue, irrespective of any engine option, a very strong score of 90. It's good to drive, it's refined, it's engaging, and it'll simply put a smile on your face every time you take it out for a spin. Well, so in summary, all I'll say is that if the Venue had a little more space in the back seat, then this would have been the perfect car. Yes, not the perfect compact SUV, but the perfect car, because this car is good to drive, it's good to look at, it's great to sit in, and honestly speaking, it really does blend a lot of segments together. It's great for people who want a premium hatchback, because it has the kind of footprint which people prefer with the premium hatchback. It also is nimble to handle. It's got good luggage space if you want a mid-size compact sedan, and it also is a tall car, which means that if you want a tall driving position or a high driving position, then it's perfect for people who want a compact SUV. So as I just said, it mixes up premium hatchback, a compact sedan, as well as a compact SUV together, and really comes across as a very strong and a very well-rounded package. I'd give it a strong score of 92 out of 100, and you should definitely go ahead and check it out at a dealership near you. Before I sound like a Hyundai salesman, it's bye for now, and hope to see you soon.